going to talk tonight a little bit about anxiety. But you know what? You made it through another week. The weather is warm. It's possibly going to get in the 60s. Even though it's a little cloudy, even though it's a little rain, you know what? We need to celebrate in some of the little things that happen, like weather. Like the snow is going, it's melting, ice is disappearing. But here's the thing. I want to talk about anxiety tonight. I want to encourage you that if you're going through anxiety, and I've gone through a lot of anxiety, and you'll hear as you listen to more podcasts about me, you'll hear more stories about my life. Sometimes they call me a modern day Job. And if I were to unpack some of the stuff that's happened in my life, that's true. But we can all learn through stuff and problems that we go through. But anxiety, I look at, you're overthinking stuff. And some things, as I was reading about anxiety, is don't feed your fears. We can go ahead and get so wrapped up in fearing what's not even happened. And so sometimes what we do is we say, I'm going to let this ruin my day, but you know what? If I can't control it, why should I do that? Second thing is, remember your strengths are much stronger than your fears. Your strengths are much stronger than your fears. And sometimes maybe what you need to do is take inventory. What are your strengths? What is it that you can do? What is it that you can do to celebrate? Celebrate the small things. And the third thing would be your physical health is linked to your mental health. And that's sometimes true because in a scripture that I'm going to read, a lot of times our sickness is dealing with stuff that's up in here, and our fears, and the fear of the unknown, or the fear of we dream about it until it comes out, until it's real. And so a lot of times what we do is we say stuff, and all of a sudden that may high blood pressure, heart issues, mental issues. Now, I'm not talking to you guys, but I'm talking to myself too. And the reason why I'm doing this podcast is because I am talking to myself. This is another way of healing the process, just as maybe it would heal you. But the last thing that I want to talk about, because here's the thing, we can talk about all these points and they're good, but without scripture behind it, without God behind it, you know, it basically says, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. So Proverbs 12:25, anxiety weighs down the heart. Anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. A kind word cheers it up. You know what? Sometimes we need to encourage others. We need to help somebody else. But here's the thing, is we get wrapped up in ourselves, wrapped in what's going through our mind, wrapped up in what is me, rather than maybe looking outside and saying, you know what, the sun's up, the weather's good, I can go outside, but I can encourage somebody that's having a bad day. Because there's a lot of people out there having some rough days, but you never know until you talk to them. So my encouragement or my challenge to you this weekend, figure out who you can text, who you can encourage, who you can lift up, and celebrate some of the things that are good in your life. And that'll help you. So if you like this video or this podcast, subscribe, share it. But I'd like to hear your comments because I always have an open mind that I'd like to hear what other people are thinking about. And maybe if this has helped you, but listen to it entirely. Thanks. It's Friday night. Weekend's coming. Have fun.